guys, so today I'm going to be doing a course comparison. I went on to two different courses. So the two different courses that I am going to be comparing is the Gateway Workshops Lash Volume Lift course and the Nouveau Lash Volume Lift. The reason that I want to do the comparisons is because I think it's really important that people go ahead and pick the right course. So I just want to let you all know that this video is not a bashing video. I'm not bashing any of these companies. I actually like both companies, but I'm just here to tell you the pros and cons of both companies, and I want to tell you what to look out for. I am only here to help people that are in the position that I was in 3 years ago. I had no help at all, came into the industry blind, and I just feel like I've got a lot of experience to sort of share with people that are coming into the business and going solo and working on their own. And this is a very, very popular course at the moment, and I just feel like the information I'm about to give you is going to give you a good insight into what you should be looking out for going forward on all courses. So let me tell you a little bit about both of the companies. So Gateway Workshops is a company that solely is catering to courses. As far as I'm aware, and as far as what I've read on their website, they basically just do courses that are fully accredited, fully insurable, and also the Guild of Beauty Therapy like support them, I guess. And then with the Nouveau Lash, they are more like a brand that offer training. I think it really just depends on what you're looking for. If you are just looking for the course, I would say go for the Gateway. But yeah, so let's just begin. So I'm going to start with Gateway just because that was the first course that I went on to. Gateway Workshops the booking was really straightforward. Literally you go onto the website and you can book online and the price is really reasonable. And then you've got the booking for Nouveau Lash. Now, the booking for that was you need to give them a call and then they'll book you in. You can't book a course without calling someone. So you have to speak to someone and you need to talk to someone. Now, what I find with this is that when you have to talk to someone, I think you're more likely to be persuaded to buy a course. So you're more likely to buy something you don't need when you speak to someone. Whereas if you've got all the information in front of you where you can just read it, you will then be able to establish what you need and what sort of course you want to go with, and you know what they give you. Now with Nouveau Lash, they've got 3 different packages. They've got bronze, silver and gold. The reason that I did both courses was because with Gateway you can't actually call your volume lash lift an LVL. By law, you wouldn't be able to say that the service that you provide is an LVL. You can only call it a lash volume, no, length, what is it? I can't remember what order it goes, but it's basically you could only ever call it length volume lift or the other way around. Now, the reason behind that is because I think Nouveau Lash owns that name or owns that brand. It's a bit like, and this is how I explained it before the tutor actually said this to me. This is how I was thinking of it. You know when you've got your CND shellac, CND, you can't call a gel polish that hasn't got the CND brand on it a shellac because it's not a shellac. Do you see where I'm coming from? So that's where the Nouveau Lash have also taken that on board and done the same thing. The booking for Nouveau Lash was a little bit more intense, because I was speaking to someone and I was going back and forth with him trying to decide what course I wanted. Now, the difference in prices is quite a lot, and I think it's down to the product. In my opinion, the most important thing that Nouveau Lash can offer you is that product. Now, that is the reason that you're not able to purchase that product without being trained with Nouveau Lash, and that is, and I could see where they're coming from because they have put a lot of money into developing the product, which is something that I learned on the course. They have spent a lot of money to develop the product so you get a lovely lift. So I think with other courses and things, they do offer you to buy a lifting product, but I don't think it's been developed the same way that the Nouveau Lash has been developed. Right, so I had my lashes lifted just before I went on holiday. I think I got it for really cheap. It was about £25, and I didn't really know, you know, the average price of a lash lift or anything like that. And when I went away, I realised that that was actually quite cheap. And to be honest, the first day that I had them lifted, they didn't lift. It was only the next day that I really felt like there was a slight lift and that I could get away with not curling my lashes. And then I went to the Gateway workshops and I had my lashes lifted then as well, because we had to work on each other. And I feel like the same thing happened. So I thought, my lashes aren't even that thick, they're not that coarse, but they are really straight. And I thought, well, isn't this the whole point of people being able to have that lift? And isn't that the whole point of people paying for the service? Because if I paid for this service and my lashes weren't completely lifted up, I don't think I'd be happy. Which, to begin with, on my first treatment, I wasn't completely happy, but I kind of let it go. But I don't want to be giving that sort of service to my clients. So it all depends on what do you want. Do you want to save money in your training, or do you want to give your clients the best that they can have? Now, there probably is a product out there that is almost on par with Nouveau, but I don't want to go out and have to investigate and do all of that. So anyway, I went to the Olympia show and I saw Nouveau Lash there, and I tried to purchase some lash lifting products. Now, initially, I couldn't actually purchase any products on their website. I couldn't even create an account because I'm not trained with them. So even to buy eyelash extensions, you can't buy eyelash extensions with them unless you're trained with them. So I thought, oh, let's be cheeky and see if I can actually find some at the show. Maybe they won't ask for certification. You know, I know that there are other companies that are Olympia that didn't ask for certification. They just asked you to sign a note. So I thought, oh, you know, I might be able to get some products from them. The reason that I wanted to get products from them is because every single post that I would see online from Nouveau Lash, their lashes were lifted so amazingly. And it was just not on par with, obviously, the products that had been used on me in the past. So I just wanted to see, you know, if I could get the product, basically. So I've gone to the counter and I said, can I get some lash lift products? And they've obviously said no, because, you know, they've asked me, am I trained with Nouveau Lash? And I said no, but I've been trained with another company. And they said no, but you can do a conversion course and then you'll be able to purchase the product. In my mind, I was thinking, that is so cheeky. But now I do understand why, because if that was me, and if that was my company, and I had developed this product, I wouldn't want just anyone to be able to buy it. I'd want them to be trained with that company so they'd be able to use the product properly, even though it's the same training. In reality, it's basically the same training, but you're just using a different product. And it's practically the same training. I think it's just a little bit more intense with the Nouveau Lash one, and so it should be because of the price tag that it's got. When I got back from Olympia, and I just wanted to find out, you know, about the deal. So initially, I was interested in a conversion course, and the conversion course was £99 plus VAT. That's another thing I've got to mention about Nouveau Lash, is that they always give you their prices excluding VAT, which might throw some people off that are just new to the beauty industry. Now, I know that a lot of companies send their therapists to Nouveau Lash and things like that, but I think if you're solo like me, you've got a mobile business, and I think this video will be quite useful. Yeah, so I gave them a call, and so there was this deal, right, from Olympia. It was an Olympia deal, and you would get either the silver, the bronze, or the gold, and you would get double the treatments. So I was so interested in that, because obviously the treatments are quite expensive to purchase. Now, all I wanted to know from this guy was, how much is the product? Now, I asked him this question in one phone call, and he didn't give me the answer. And then I asked again in the next phone call, he didn't give me the answer. And then it's only until I think I emailed, and then he emailed me back, that I would be getting obviously 50% of the product for free. And then he wrote down how much of a saving that I would have made, and that's obviously excluding VAT, which I didn't know at the time. But so he just wrote how much I would, that's the only, so that he just wrote how much I actually saved, and that's how I worked out how much the product was. That I found really frustrating, just because I just thought, you know, all I want is a conversion course, which is £99, and you're trying to sell me a course for £700. I just thought it was a bit cheeky. Yeah, so I just thought that was a little bit cheeky because, you know, I always look at it, I always look at sales from a point of view of, imagine if I was just coming into this industry, imagine if I was just starting my mobile business. I want to try and save as much money, putting money back into the business as possible. I don't want to be having to fork out £700 for a course. Now, the cheapest course that they had was £399, excluding VAT. Now, with VAT, it was £475, and you only get 15 treatments. Obviously, you do make your money back with that, but it's still a lot of money for a course, and for one eyelash course, in my opinion, it's a lot of money. And also, I don't feel like you get a lot of products. You get 15 treatments, which, you know, is going to go quite quickly. It'll probably go within a month. But, you know, I do understand why it's got the price tag, because if you have a look at my lashes have lifted really well. Can you see how well I've done nothing. I get up, my lashes are lifted, and to be honest, I only really put mascara on for the purpose of this video, because I don't really, from Monday to Tuesday, I don't really like to wear a lot of makeup. I just really like to be quite natural when I'm going to work. So, right, let's get to the nitty gritty of my views of the day and how much I ended up paying. So I ended up paying £99 plus VAT for my conversion course, which rounded up to be about £118. And then I bought 45 treatments when I was there. So the reason that they sell you the package is because they sell you all of these disposables. Now, if I was someone new, the advice that I would give to you about choosing this course is, don't bother going for the kit. I mean, if you can get this course without getting the kit, I would advise you to do that. Just because if you get a cheaper course, like, you know, £99 versus £399 excluding VAT, so versus £478, it's a pretty good deal. So if you can get the course without the kit, I would do it. The most important thing that you're going to need from that kit are the treatments and the shields. Now, I'm even still debating on the shields, if I'm honest with you, because the shields look exactly the same as the shields that we used on the other course. There's nothing, in my opinion, at the moment, there's nothing different about the shields, but don't quote me on this one because I haven't actually used it on my clients yet, and I haven't ordered the other shields from the other company. Okay. With Gateway Workshops, you get 10% off all of your purchases going forward on a website. So they give you this website, and I already shopped there for lashes and things like that. So number one, I already shopped there, so even if I didn't want to buy the lift product, I'm still getting 10% off on all these other great products. And this isn't like a one-time offer. You can use this discount code going forward, whereas with Nouveau Lash you don't get any discount. I asked about discount, and VAT-free discounts, they say they get them. They do have VAT-free discounts, but it's like really rare. So that's another thing you probably want to think about. But to be honest with you, this product is a foolproof product. You really do want to be getting the Nouveau Lash product. I can't actually say that enough, just because I've had my lashes lifted obviously from 2 different people before, and they just didn't come out as well as these ones. And I always can tell when someone's had a Nouveau Lash lift rather than another lash lift, because they're always so much better. When I called up Nouveau Lash, I felt like, yes, of course, the guy wants to sell me the Nouveau Lash product, the Nouveau Lash course. I know that he wants to try and sell that to me, but don't try and sell me the most expensive course. Like, I felt like that was really pressurising, and he didn't know my circumstances. He never asked me what they were. But he was polite. I think maybe when I sort of started asking more questions about the kit and things like that, he started sort of sniggering at me. So I said to him, you know, how much are the treatments? Because that's all I really need. I only really need the treatments. And he was like, what do you mean? And then I said, well, I only really need the treatments because I've had a look at what you offer in the kit and I've got most of the things in there because I do eyelash extensions. And he was like, what is it that you think you've got? And I was like, why are you being like that? You don't have to be like that. And then I said, well, okay, I've got the masks, I've got like, you know, mascara wands or whatever it is it might be. It was just all disposable crap. Like, it's nothing important. The most important thing was the treatments and the shields and maybe the tint. Now, I've got a really good tint, so I didn't really need to buy their tint. But he basically said, you know, our treatment is not like some miraculous treatment. He said something about the tint. He was like, you're going to need to buy the tint because there's, you know, no other tint like ours. And then he said something about the shields. Now, for me, I don't know. I just didn't like the way I was spoken to on that occasion. And then even when he called me back to actually book in my conversion course, it was very much like he couldn't be bothered to talk to me because, you know, I haven't now gone with the course and I haven't now picked a gold package or a silver or a bronze. And oh yeah, and then I actually emailed him and said, you know, I was actually going to get the £700 one. Can you believe it? Crazy, right? So I was going to get the £700 one, and so that came with 45 treatments, and I would get 45 treatments for free because I went to the Olympia course. I went to Olympia Beauty, so I would have got 45 treatments for free as an Olympia deal. I was actually really interested in that because you get 90 treatments, so I was like, brilliant, like, I won't need to buy a treatment for quite a while, like maybe 2 or 3 months, I'll be okay. So I just thought, you know what, let me just see if he'll give it to me for that, like with no VAT, because that would have made it a little bit cheaper. So it was £5.99, and then with that it was £718. So I was like, let's see if he'll give it to me for £5.99. So I just gave him a little cheeky email and I said, would you give it to me that free? And he was like, no. He didn't really say it like that. He was just like, unfortunately, we can't give it to you that free, but, you know, you're able to purchase, I think he said, you're able to purchase the bronze one or whatever. So then I thought, let's do some research into what kit is actually being provided here. Like, what am I getting for £700? So I've gone into it and guys, I can't find the email. But basically, in the email, the package includes all of your disposables, like anything that you could ever possibly want from a treatment and doing the treatment, obviously. But I would say the 3 most important things that you have to purchase from Nouveau Lash are the treatment pods, the shields, and the tint. Everything else you can practically get from other places for like a couple of pounds. Literally a couple of pounds. Now, I didn't need to buy any of those disposables. I've got everything. So I guess my biggest gripe with Nouveau Lash is that they just want too much money. And I feel like the sales teams with Nouveau Lash, obviously it's a brand, it's not a course, it's not a course company, it's a brand company. So they are going to be trying to sell you, you know, products. But there are products in the kit that you just don't need to purchase from them. You can purchase it from other places for a lot cheaper. So that's my conclusion with that. Luckily, I just, you know, went with my gut and I ended up saving. I made a saving of, so I paid £105 for the Gateway course. I paid £99 plus VAT for the conversion course, which is £118. If I would have just gone with the bronze, then I would have ended up paying £478 with Nouveau Lash, and I would have only got 15 treatments. But because they were doing that Olympia deal, I would have got 30 treatments for £478. Now, I didn't want to do that, so I went and just did the conversion course, and obviously I have the other course. So I'm going to add all of those things up, plus 45 treatments. So I ended up paying £352 altogether. and if I would have gone with 90 treatments, which is what they were offering for the gold, which was £718, and I would have got 45 treatments for free, which obviously would have made it a total of 90 treatments. Now, even if I would have bought 90 treatments and the gateway course and the conversion course, I still would have made a saving. So it would have been £586. But then if I would have gone with Nouveau Lash, it was £718. So, you know, I have made a saving there. So I do think you guys should sort of look into the company's kits and just figure out what you can actually buy on your own, whether it's worth actually getting the kit that they're offering you, and just figure out what the essentials are to buy from that company. Both companies sent out course information prior to the course, and it was both the difference between Nouveau Lash and Gateways. Gateway didn't send out a patch test, whereas Nouveau Lash did send out a patch test, so it basically made me patch test myself, so because I had it right there in front of me, whereas I feel like if you're told to sort of, or if you're asked to buy or ask for a patch test from somewhere else, it's just a little bit longer, and I don't think a lot of people do it. But I mean, that's just there's nothing really that bad about that one. I feel like the course information that was given on the day was so different, so let me show you. So the course information from Gateway is like this, and this is just paper. It's basically just photocopied paper, but it's, you know, it's, the quality's good, I guess. The quality's good. It's still quite shiny and stuff, but you've got everything that you need to know in there. But the quality of the paperwork and stuff from Nouveau is obviously a lot better. The quality's a lot better. It just feels like a proper book, a proper manual. You get that on the day, and you also get sent out this big book here, and it's got all the treatments inside there. You've got all the information you could ever want in this book here, so this is brilliant. So on the day, I was a little late for both courses. I mean, it's just tiny little gripes, but I'll just let you guys know like what actually happened. So getting to the Gateway course was so easy, really straightforward, and I think I was literally like a couple of minutes late. But the course lady called me up and just sort of said like, "Where are you?" And she was cool though, like she wasn't upset or anything like that. She just sort of was a bit like, you know, "Where you at? You're supposed to be here on time, and you were supposed to call me too." But I was driving, so I couldn't. And then I was also late for Nouveau Lash course. I am just so late for everything. Ask my boyfriend, he hates it when I'm late, but he's late too, so whatever. So I was so late for the Nouveau Lash. I think I was like 45 minutes late. It's quite a long drive. It's in Croydon. I live like near Heathrow Airport, so it's quite a long drive. Anyway, their postcode was completely wrong, like completely wrong. So I was driving around for ages, trying to find where it was. I parked up in somewhere completely foreign to where it actually was, and anyway, I eventually got there, and when I got there it was fine. There was no animosity, nothing. Like, I walked through, said sorry that I was late, and it was absolutely fine. Like, you know, I'm not saying it's okay to be late, but I'm just saying there's no one's going to hold a grudge against you if you are late, because they know that the postcode's wrong. So I think they probably need to update the postcode, but apart from that, you know, I feel like when I got there was no... Because sometimes when you're late to places, like courses, they get really frustrated with you and try and chuck you off the course. But yeah, no, they were fine. So when I walked into both courses, so with the Nouveau Lash one, I feel like it's really interactive. So I feel like the teacher was really sassy. He had a lot of character, and he, like, you know, kept me engaged in what he was saying, and he was sort of looking at everyone in the room. And I feel like with the Gateway workshops, you walk in and it's a little bit more intimate, and you sort of, you know, it's really quiet and slow to begin with, but I think you do sort of get straight into it, whereas it's not as interactive because you are just basically 5 students I think it was like 6 students, but it wasn't like on a screen, it wasn't on a TV screen. And I feel like with the Nouveau Lash one, because it was on a TV screen, I was more paying attention to it. And he was like, obviously had like, what's it called? PowerPoint. So he was doing everything through PowerPoint. And then with the Gateway one, the lady sort of just, she read from this, and I was basically, I'm a note taker, like I'm a massive note taker. I love taking notes, but I felt like she was speeding through all of it, like really well. Like, I'm not saying that I didn't go away and learn anything from the course, but I felt like she was like going through. The demonstration was done by the teacher on a doll's head, and we all had to sit around. Now, because there were 6 of us, I don't really feel like all of us could see what she was doing, because you have to, I feel like you need to be quite close to actually see exactly what's going on, and I don't really feel like I got that. You do need to see how it's done in real life. The Nouveau Lash course, I think, won on this part, because I just learned so much more. I understood how neat the lashes needed to be, and just everything. I just feel like even down to the glue, even down to how she was saying you don't need a lot of glue, and then just to see her pulling the lashes onto the shield, and just to see how easy it was to stick to it. Whereas if you're being shown on the doll's head, the lashes don't stick that easily. So I do think maybe a video needs to happen with the Gateway workshops. I don't know. I think that probably needs to happen. We had lunch. So lunch was provided by Nouveau Lash. So with Gateway workshops, there were no desks, and everyone had to put their folders and stuff on their laps. So I felt like that was quite distracting from the teaching. So I had to share my client with another student, which I felt was a little bit unhelpful to my teaching, my personal teaching. I do feel like the teacher that we had was really good. She was really informative and didn't make me feel uncomfortable about asking questions. She was really informative and really good. Also, she did let us know about the legality of calling our treatment LVL, you know, and I feel like that was so helpful, because imagine if we all went away and started calling our treatments LVL, and then all of a sudden we get sort of taken down, you know, by the Nouveau Lash company for using their terminology. Like, we can't say LVL if we're not Nouveau Lash trained. So I felt like that was a very, very important piece of information that she gave us. With Nouveau Lash, you get added to their professional listing. So if you go onto Google and just type in volume lash lift or lash lift or LVL, what might happen is the Nouveau Lash website might come up, and then you'd click on that, and then it would say therapists in your area. Your name would come up if you're trained for them. That is absolutely brilliant, because if anyone did their research into LVL, they would want to go with Nouveau Lash. So when your name comes up, obviously you'd be getting more clients. And I've actually searched my area. I don't have anyone in my area on that list. So realistically, I've not really got much competition, which is really, really good. You get the certificate on the day. Same with Gateway workshops. You get the certificate on the day. I thought this was amazing, right? So imagine you go on a course and you have an allergic reaction. What do they need to do? Most of the time, they need to call the ambulance or whatever. They need to call someone to come to you. Nope, not Nouveau Lash. They've got an emergency room on site. So I think he called it an eye clinic. So I was like, oh my God, that's so good. So if I had an allergic reaction, I wouldn't even have to wait to go to hospital. It's right there. Like, it's in the building. You go there and they just like deal with you there and then. They've got this little emergency room where you can go. So I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Great for health and safety. So like, let's say I really like forums because they really help you. So they've got a Nouveau Lash forum. You can only log into this forum if you're a trained professional with Nouveau Lash. So you'll go on there and obviously be like, oh, you know, whatever it might be, people will help you. I've been on a forum before and I got blocked. Not Nouveau Lash, a lash forum. It blocked me because their lashes were crap and I complained, and they didn't like the fact that I complained, but that's another story. Okay, so I think my overall experience on both the courses is Gateway workshops is a stepping stone if you don't have the money to go with the Nouveau Lash course. Because Nouveau Lash do a conversion course, I would say if if you can't afford it, I think it's all about the money. It's all down to the money and what you're making at the current moment. If you can't afford to go on the Nouveau Lash course, first thing to do, call up Nouveau Lash, see if they do the course without the kit. If they do that, then you might be better off just doing the Nouveau Lash course without the kit. I never actually asked about that one, but just see how much it is and if they do that. Okay, if they don't do that, then I think the second thing for you to do is to go to Gateway Workshops, because the reason I recommend Gateway Workshops is because they're fully insurable, they're fully accredited, and the Guild of Beauty Therapy, I don't know how it works, I don't know how to say it, but the Guild of Beauty Therapy are with them. So I would say to book a course, go with the Gateway Workshops because of all of those things. You cover all of the content. The treatment is pretty much the same. You can, if you do eyelash extensions or anything else like that, you do get the website and a website with a promotional code, and the promotional code doesn't run out. You just basically are given this promotional code and you can use it for anything. And also, you can use it to get 10% off your insurance at the Guild of Beauty Therapy, which I'm insured with them, so I was a bit like, oh my god, I could have got 10% off, but I'll use it next year. I'll get 10% off next year, so that's brilliant. So you've got a lot of perks with Gateway Workshops, and to be honest, it's not a bad course. It's actually quite a decent course. It's very straightforward to book, and the teaching standards are really high. The only thing I would say about the demonstration is that I feel like it should be on a TV screen or something, because you can't really see the doll's head that well. So if you can't see, how are you supposed to know how to do it properly? That is my only gripe really about the whole course. I think the two biggest downfalls to the Gateway Workshops, which actually one of them is not even their fault, the product isn't good and the demonstration was not great. I just feel like it should be done a little bit more like, so you can see how it's done on a real person rather than on the doll's head. And then I would say that my final points to make on Nouveau Lash is, number one, you get what you pay for. Try and do some digging about the kit, what you get with the kit, whether you can book the course separately and just buy the treatments. Don't get pressured into buying a kit. Just simply don't get pressured into it. If they don't do the course without the kit, then get the bronze, just because it's your cheapest option, and then you can just buy the pods on their own, because all the disposables you can get from elsewhere. And the thing is, when you actually go and have a little investigation yourself and have a look at how cheap these disposable things are, yeah, it's not cheap to buy the product. These are the things you need to bear in mind when you're starting out and doing your own business. What is the profit margin? How much is your product going to be? How much are you going to charge? What does everyone in your area charge? What is the price of my training? So I think those are the 5 essential things you need to be looking out for. With something like LVL, you also need to think about, what is it that's lifting the eyelashes? Because it's not me. It's not something that I'm doing. It's not my technique that's going to lift these lashes. What is it? What is it? It's the product. So that is why I would invest in Nouveau Lash over any other company. It's because of the product. The product is good. It's better compared to other lash lifts that I've had. And if you actually have a look on Instagram, and if you just look for Nouveau Lash lash lift compared to any other lash lifts, you'll see that the lash lift is a lot better. Also, on the day of the Nouveau Lash training, we were all given individual feedback. And that's because there was another teacher walking around just observing all of us and just trying to see if we are actually competent. And I felt like that was so important, because what you don't want is to be sending someone out into the industry not being competent. And I just felt really comfortable with that. I felt like it was really nice to get individual feedback and just to be told, what I'm good at and what I need to improve on. I really like that sort of thing. Oh my god, let me just tell you what the feedback was that I got given. Good preparation and setup. As my preparation and setup is always neat. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. I know it might not look neat, but it's neat to me. good preparation and setup, nice application of lashes to shield. Oh my god, I'm so happy that she said that, because all my lash girls who come with me will know that my lashes are always really neat and really straight. Like, I remember once I did lashes on someone and they were like, oh my god, like it looks like strip lashes, because they're always so straight and neat. So I'm so happy that she noticed that. Correct removal, just ensure support eye on shielded product. The reason that I didn't support the shield, because see this bit here, it just feels like it's gonna like, oh, I don't know, just go all funny. So anyway, I get what she meant, because I felt like I was too scared to apply pressure here, but really you can apply a lot of pressure there, like doing it to myself. You can. And then it said correct application of tin and good removal. Just ensure all products are removed fully before removing shields. And I do agree with that as well. Like, I feel like I left a lot of product on the shield, and then I had to sort of clean up after myself. But it's probably easier to remove all of your product while the shield is still on, and then take it off and then apply the conditioning serum. So yeah, see what I mean? Like that little bit of feedback there is brilliant, because I'm now going to go away. I'm going to feel really good about all the positives that she's given me, and then work on the bits that I obviously might not have noticed if she hadn't have said that to me. So I think that's another thing that they've got over Gateway Workshops. I'm not dissing Gateway Workshops. I'm really not. I actually really like brands, and next year I do want to get into chemical peels, so I will be coming to you. So don't like blacklist me, please. I really like Gateway Workshops. I really do. No, I really actually do. I really do. I just feel like, because I really liked the Nouveau Lash course, I feel like I've spoken so much about the Nouveau Lash course and about the products, but let's put it this way, right? If I could have bought the product, I probably wouldn't have gone with Nouveau Lash, but because I did go with Nouveau Lash, I really enjoyed the course. I don't actually know, I think I'm digging a bigger hole than I am digging a bigger hole, aren't I? Anyway. Yeah. I hope this video was helpful and that you guys picked the right course for you. I really hope that you actually have understood that the Nouveau Lash product cannot be beaten, and I am not sponsored by Nouveau Lash at all, by any means. My video will probably get taken down because I don't even know if I'm allowed to make this video. I'll probably get blacklisted and might not even be able to buy their products ever again. That'll be a massive waste of a course. But no, I actually don't know if I'm allowed to make this video, but I'm just making it for everyone out there that is in the same boat as me. So I really hope the video helped you guys out. I hope it sort of cleared a little bit of confusion, and I hope it sort of saves you going to have to go through all of that sales pitch, because you just don't need to go through it. So yeah, like, please subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned. I will be coming back with more updates. I'll be coming back with more makeup videos, because I don't really feel like I've shown my full potential on here with makeup yet, but I just feel like I've got so much more to offer than makeup, and I feel like YouTube is just filled with makeup videos and they're so much better than me. So I've got my own personal experiences that I want to bring to YouTube, and hopefully they're going to help certain criteria of people. So alright guys, take care, bye, see you next time.